Hello and welcome to the LRM podcast, sponsored by Adrian Flux Insurance. I'm Martin Dominy.
And I'm Steve Miller.
And you join us for an hour of chat about Land Rovers and everything to do with owning them. So, it's been a busy weekend for us, hasn't it?
Freshly back from the York Land Rover Show.
Indeed.
My first weekend there. My first year of attending.
You were up touring the north, really, weren't you? You'd been up to the seaside.
I went on a bit of a road trip with my 90 and camping trailer, yes. I went back to, our favourite campsite, really, in the North Yorkshire. So the Stiddy Live, which I've been to before.
Yes.
And, I left there, had about 5 nights up there. Beautiful weather, I have to say. Everyone thinks I've been abroad. I've got that much of a suntan.
You did look very brown when I turned up at the York Land Rover Show on the Saturday afternoon. It was very pleasant. Yeah.
So I drove from there, went to York, Land Rover Show on a Saturday. Really good. I really quite enjoyed the event.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a real chilled out sort of event. Great camping. It's all an open field, so you haven't got to go far to look at all the traders and all the stands and the clubs and everything, and then you can retire back to your campsite very quickly and very easily. But you're not the only person to have gone up to the north. In fact, living up to your name as an influencer, let me get his name right. He's actually put a pronunciation guide at the bottom of his email. York and Sir. I'm still going to get it wrong. Sorry, Jörg. Jörg Radatz has got in touch.
Okay.
He says, "Hi, Steve and Martin. Just a quick one to thank Steve for all the valuable advice for our trip to Yorkshire."
Oh, okay.
Because he knows you're such a Yorkshire enthusiast.
Yeah.
As recommended, we had set up camp in Lythe, where you stay, with Hot Toddy, their Land Rover, and walked into Whitby, returning by bus. The next day, we went to Robin Hood's Bay and relied on the bus to get back to our Defender again. The guys at the campground were brilliant, but unfortunately, the Stiddy pub was shut just before their visit.
As it was for me. Yes.
Refurbishment work. He says, "Lest I bore your other listeners to death with my personal holiday whereabouts, I also have a question, which might be of interest to the wider community. In Thornton-le-Dale, I spotted a Searle Carawagon, presumably based on the Series 2 or 2A, and wondered if you had any background information on this type of early camper conversion. Please find a couple of pictures I took from outside the fenced perimeter, but no interior images. I'm a fresh subscriber to the magazine and listen to every single episode of the podcast. Long may it last. Thanks from Germany. I'm going to butcher his name again. I'm really sorry."
And he will be listening, no doubt.
He goes on to say, by the way, pronunciation is a combination of York and Sir. So, Jörg. But he says York is fine. It makes it feels like he owned the entire county. So
fair enough. So, the Carawagon, Searle Carawagon.
Yes, but the one...
Thornton-le-Dale. See, right, okay.
You remember this because I sent it on to you.
Yeah. So that is our friends. No, they're not our friends. We don't know them. But Bangers and Cash.
Off of the telly,
which is basically an auction house. In Thornton-le-Dale is where their gift shop is now, because they've got bigger as an auction house, so they've got a new site down the road.
Right.
Cracking place to go to, though.
Yeah, certainly.
And if you ever watched Bangers and Cash on the telly, which you're not really into it, are you?
I've not really seen much of it. No, I haven't.
It's the best thing on telly.
That's a bold claim.
It is. I absolutely love it. But yeah, it would have been one of their sale vehicles, and I think you can look it up as a sold lot.
You get a bit more information.
Yeah, you can. But yeah, they're a nice thing, actually.
I'm
early rooftop tent type thing, isn't it, really?
It's a pop-top type thing, isn't it? I don't know tons about Carawagons myself. I will openly admit they're not my area of expertise. But
there's a club.
There is, yeah. Old school stuff like that's really cool, like the old Dormobiles, like the Searle stuff. Vicky Turner off of Land Rover Life, she's got a Searle Safari Sleeper, 88-inch Series 2A, which is really, really cool. Like kitchen in the back, and then the seat folds down and you lay like front to back across the top of the bulkhead. Really smart thing.
But I wouldn't fit in that.
Your feet would probably touch the windscreen.
I'm a bit long.
A bit long. But yeah, it's really, really smart. So cheers for that. And there you go. Good. Tourist Information Steve, they call him.
Good Land Rover spot.
Yes, definitely. 100%.
Talking about Land Rover spots, and again back in Yorkshire, so I saw in the middle of nowhere a project, either a Series 3 or a Series 2A 109.
Okay.
And you can only see it from getting on a steam train at Whitby and going to Pickering.
Right.
Midway along there somewhere, there's an old sort of farmhouse and an old yard, and next to it is an old Land Rover.
There you go.
Hasn't turned a wheel for many years by the looks of it, but you will only see it from the railway. So if you want to see that one,
Quite well hidden by the sounds
head on
of
a
it.
North Yorkshire Moors Railway heritage line.
Got to get on a train to go and view.
Yeah.
But I sort of thought as a bit of a comeback from you moaning about me not bringing the 110 into the office a couple of weeks ago that I'd drive that to York. So I did.
I was very surprised. It's like 180 miles.
It was all right. It was a few miles. Yeah, it was about, by the time we stopped and got a bit of fuel and that, it was about 3.5 hour drive.
Well, I expected, because I arrived about midday,
Yeah.
and I expected you to already be there because I thought you'd have left at 8. Did you not notice that I tried to ring you at 1 o'clock?
Well, no, I can't hear anything, can I?
Yeah, so I was
couldn't hear
thinking,
my
where
phone.
is he? And I did start getting worried when it got to about 3 o'clock. You turned up.
Yeah, no, I had a few bits to do in the morning, and then I picked up my friend Mike from just up the road, and because he wanted to go camping, and I thought I'd drag him to a Land Rover show instead. So loaded all our gear up and hit the road, and yeah, made it all the way there with no dramas. Slight dribble from the rear main still.
Yeah, okay. So what was the journey home like for you?
The journey home, Steve. Well, what can I tell you?
I segued that in for you.
It was all right. It was okay until we got about 30 miles from home. We were on the A1, and Mike said, "Can you smell diesel?" I thought, "Yeah, I can smell diesel, actually."
That's what they all smell like.
Well, this
Fresh, like...
it was pretty fuely.
okay.
And I looked down, and my footwell, like the floor plate, between the front of the floor plate and the footwell, diesel was blowing through there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the floor mat was sliding around all over the place, and I thought, this is not good.
That's quite a major leak.
It was quite a leak. It wasn't until I went to go up one of the inclines on the A1 I also realised that I was down on power. Which
You didn't have a lot of power to go down on.
well, this is it. You see, you soon notice when a 2.5 normally aspirated's got a lack of power, because yes, you really have to rely on the flywheel, get it revving, and then keep that momentum up. Because
Yeah.
but I thought to myself, I didn't take any tools with me because I had faith in the thing.
I took tools. I've got this thing in my head now when I go a long distance.
Yeah,
If I take the tools with me, I won't need them.
yeah. If you don't, then you will.
Yeah.
Well,
So now I put the tools in there to guarantee safe passage.
I didn't take any spares. I didn't take any tools. apart
Absolute
from
madness.
Wheel brace and a jack.
What advice would you give one of our listeners if they were to go on a long trip in a Land Rover?
It's largely irrelevant, because think of the work I've done on that Land Rover. I know it. It's pretty much, it's had brakes and bearings. It's had suspension. I know it's pretty good.
Okay.
Anyway.
It got you home.
It did get, well, this was a dilemma, because obviously a fuel leak, not great. However, it didn't actually, because I was worried it was going to be lashing fuel all over the road.
Which is a bit of an issue.
It only dropped fuel when you stopped.
Oh, okay.
If you were moving,
It was blowing
it was
in.
literally just blowing it. My boots were soaking it all up. It was blowing through the floor.
Nice.
And I mean, yeah, there was about a quarter of an inch of diesel in the back of because I seal all the floor plates when I put them back in. There was a lot of fuel, but it wasn't until, like, if it was stationary, it would obviously drip on the ground. But it wasn't covering the back of the Land Rover in oil and
Like
fuel.
mist. Where was it coming from then?
Well, this is another thing. I thought, if I stop and I can't restart this, we're in trouble. Because I'm not, I don't really want to be waiting 2 or 3 hours for a breakdown on a Sunday afternoon. So I thought the best thing to do would be to just keep my foot
Because you're
down.
only 30 miles from home, so you're getting closer and closer to
Try and, yeah,
your
exactly.
tool set sort of thing.
Limp it the 30
Yeah,
miles
yeah,
home
yeah.
and then worry about what the actual problem is later, because, again, no tools, no parts. I wasn't going to be fixing it at the side of the road. So, thankfully, it didn't want to idle either. If you let it rev low enough, it would go really lumpy. So I thought, right, it's got a misfire. And sure enough, when we got home and opened the bonnet, the number 4 injector pipe, hard pipe, had got a pinhole in it.
Oh,
So it was,
okay.
so 3 of the cylinders absolutely fine. 3 of the injectors were being pressurised and doing their thing properly. Number 4, instead of the fuel being pumped under high pressure to the injector, it was being pumped at high pressure directly onto the bulkhead.
Right, okay.
So that's just from corroded pipe. I mean, visually, they didn't look that bad, but there's definitely a pinhole. The new ones arrived today. It's at home already. I'm just going to fit it.
So do that, bleed the system up.
Bleed it up, and hopefully she should be all good again. So, yeah, I mean, not ideal, I'll admit, not ideal, but it did get us home. We didn't sit at the side of the road for hours waiting for recovery. The part was 27 quid, I think, from weirdly, a London taxi supplier, because it's a...
Oh, is that because it has a London taxi engine?
Exactly that, Steve. Yeah. And the injector pump's in a different place, so the pipe is
taxienginesrus.com.
It was from... I can tell you where it's from. It was from a company called Motor something. Motor Clan Limited.
Okay.
So if you've got a 14J engine out of a FX4 taxi, Motor Clan Limited carry parts, because I really struggled to get any bits for it from anywhere. And then I happened upon them, and sure enough, there we go.
Or you could just rip it out and put TDI in it like you should.
£27 pipe or a 1,500 quid TDI, Steve. I know which I'm more in financial standings to do at the moment.
60 horsepower.
Do you know what though? Once it was up to cruising speed, yes, it was very loud, and we took the edge off on the way back by having mics. He's got like a portable speaker that he uses for work. We had that in the footwell playing some music because it doesn't have radio. That really did help.
Because that was a commitment to go that distance with that engine on the A1.
Yeah, but, you know...
It's part of the fun, though, isn't it?
Military Land Rovers use those engines. There's still Land Rovers out there with 2.5 NA. They still get used, but, yeah, it's not a particularly relaxing experience. I'm not going to lie to you, Steve, but...
I like what our friend Jamie said to you.
What was that?
When you'd posted on Instagram that you were there. He goes, when did you leave? Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, very good. Very good indeed.
10 out of 10 for that one, Jamie. Thank you.
So, my job tonight will be replacing this leaky injector pipe. And cool. Anyone who's dealt with them before will know that the unions can be done up incredibly tightly. So, it's important that you use decent quality spanners, which brings me on beautifully to this week's Machine Mart product shout-out, which is the Clark 25-piece 6 to 32mm combination spanner set.
Good.
A fine quality spanner set, see, for a very, very reasonable price of only £64.79, which, for how many spanners you get, I think you'll agree.
That is a lot of spanners.
From 6 to 32mm, everything you'll need to cover anything on a metric Land Rover.
To be fair, I could do with them.
Yeah, and they're actually they come in a nice holder. They're decent. You know how some cheap spanners, the jaws on the open end are really thin and they flex when you try and put any torque on them?
So you get 13 to 14 mil.
That's it, yeah. They just spread.
I may or may not have a couple of those cheaper 13 mils. I've got one that's like a banana shaped, because what I've done is that's by hand I've bent it.
Really?
Yeah.
They have, I mean, don't get me wrong, cheap spanners like that serve a purpose. Like you can grind the edge of the ring spanner end down and use it for like master cylinders and stuff. But if you want a decent, affordable set of spanners, the Clark 25-piece spanner set, right up your alley. Get it, hang it on the wall in the garage. Everything's there. Put it back when you're done. And yeah, the product code, if you fancy treating yourself to one of these, is CHT804. There you go.
Nice.
So that's what I'll be doing tonight, is changing a diesel pipe and hoping that the leak is indeed cured.
Do you know what I did the other day? Just before, was it the night before going on holiday? I thought, I better just change that prop shaft, because I have a brand new TD5 prop shaft in stock ready.
With grease nipples.
With grease nipples. Beautiful, I thought. Laid underneath. Got my spanners. Started to try and undo, they're really tight, the front prop shaft.
Right.
Then I looked, and of course, the one missing the grease nipple was the back one.
Oh, so you ordered the wrong end?
Yeah, in my mind, it was always the front one.
I thought, when you mentioned it before, I thought they'd just sent you the wrong one. But
no, I ordered the front one when I should have ordered the back one. Got mixed up, forgot which end it was.
Oh.
Yeah, so now I've got a brand new prop shaft and I need to get yet another one. I've not put the new one on because there's nothing wrong with the one I've got.
At least you got a spare.
Yeah. Yeah, another thing in the workshop to trip
over, stub your toe on.
Yeah, all of that. So, yeah.
At least, like I say, at least you've got a spare one now, and you've only got yourself to blame as well.
Yeah,
so there's
what an
that.
idiot.
Should we have another quick listener question?
Fire away.
This is actually a cracking question from our pal Jeremy at Coburn Fasteners. You know Jeremy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Good old boy. He has been green laning recently, and he has a very valid question, or a point. He says, "Good morning. Hope you've had a good weekend." Thank you very much. I've got a question for you and Steve, and forgive me if it's already been presented. Well, it hasn't, so... I'm a long-term listener of the podcast and reader of the magazine. I love nothing more than drifting off to sleep on a Wednesday evening to you guys delivering the excellent podcasts. Well, you're very welcome. We have been described as a cure for insomnia.
If he's listening now, he may already be asleep.
Possibly.
So he might not hear the answer.
Well, we'll have to listen again. Mate.
Yeah.
He said, I've just returned from a weekend on Strata, Florida, and the Elan Valley? Elan Valley.
Yes.
Like the Lotus. But you say Lotus Elan.
Oh, wow. That's a good...
Which I assume is named after the valley.
I don't know.
Anyway, the Elan Valley, I'm going to call it that.
Okay.
In mine and Chris McCormick's Santana Trophy 110 built by RB, as you would expect, it performed flawlessly, taking every tough line the lanes had to offer in its stride. It was almost too easy. Here lies the question and possibly the problem. I had to tow my brother in his fairly standard Volkswagen Amarok, which is standard apart from some rock sliders and a front lower protection bar. It made it over most things, which Jeremy didn't think it would. The strange result for him and the kids was that it was more fun navigating a less capable vehicle up obstacles where it was at its very limit than a more prepared Defender that made everything look easy. Like it just did it.
Yeah, of course.
Like it was driving to the shops. Is the fun of plotting your line and being more sort of employing more technical driving to get a less capable vehicle across ground or a green lane more fun than driving one that's really highly prepared and it just sort of does everything without you thinking about it too much?
I think it's more fun driving something at its limit or having to pick a line.
Yes, I completely agree. And
following your Freelander 2 on the green lane.
Great example.
For example, I was blown away by the performance of that car, but you'd have had to have thought about it a lot more than I did in my 90.
Yes, because it isn't blessed with, it's not lifted or anything. It's got standard sized tyres. You have got to watch the ground clearance of that.
Thing is, if someone had come up behind us on the green lane, right? So you're in your Freelander 2, I'm in my 90 TD5, and then somebody's in a brand new Defender.
Yeah.
Lots of people say, oh, they don't make them like they used to. The new Defender would have gone over those bits and the electronics would have sorted it out.
Yes.
Where's the fun in that?
Yes, I see what you're saying. I think it's important to say at this point that really, I mean, for green laning, certainly, technical driving's great, but it's not the reason you go green laning because you risk, you're spinning wheels, stuff like that. You're risking surface damage. But the point is, yes, I think it certainly is more fun, as you've just said, to drive something that's completely standard, perhaps even on just all terrains, over something that would not trouble, like you say, new Defender with all the latest terrain response and because all those modes really are there to flatter the driver, aren't they? They're there to make anyone can jump into a latest generation Land Rover and look like an absolute professional. Whereas something older with no traction control, open differentials, probably limited suspension travel, takes a lot more thinking about to get in the same place. Really interesting point. My Disco 1 that I had a few years ago, for only about 5 years, I think, I had front and rear locking diffs in it. It was only had a mild lift and a mildly increased tyre size, but those locking diffs were like the difference between forget it, it's not going up there, and it walking most stuff, despite it still being fairly low. But I'd only used them once I'd explored all my other options, because most of the fun in off-roading is, where are your wheels going? How much momentum do you need? What gear do you need to be in? Of course,
yeah, the skill. That's the skill.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it?
But it's a bit like driving something on the road. So, like, you could drive, I don't know, like a 2.25 Series 3, flat out,
Yeah.
and still well within the law of road speed limits, but having the drive of your life.
Yes.
But you couldn't do the same in an SVR Range Rover.
No,
Because you'd be breaking the law within seconds.
You'd extend your big toe and then you'd get a speeding ticket.
Yeah, exactly. So you'd have more fun driving the older car on a road, keeping momentum. Like your natural aspirated diesel. Keeping momentum.
Oh, believe me, I
road,
know all about momentum.
Picking the right gear and all of that stuff is more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with you.
So driving an older Land Rover is my answer.
Yes, I agree with you on that. Yeah. Shall we have a little word from our sponsor?
We're proud to partner with Adrian Flux, an insurance broker that specialises in covering all types of Land Rovers, including classic, ex-military, modified and Q-plated models. Adrian Flux offers a range of optional extras to make the policy your own and can provide cover for off-roading, green laning, agreed value and build-up cover. Plus, they even offer a discount of up to 15% for Owners Club members. Simply search Adrian Flux Land Rover Insurance for more information or call them directly on 0344 728 0417 for a quote.
There's an auction on at the end of the month, Steve.
Another auction?
Anglia Car Auctions.
We were going to go there.
We still can if you want.
When is it?
Yes. Hang on, let me have a look. I was all teed up to talk about Land Rovers, and now you're asking me questions like, when is it? It's the 30th and 31st of August.
Okay.
So you've still got time to have a look through the catalogue and see what catches your fancy. There's a lot of stuff in here. Some really good entries. A lot of these have been entered since I last looked at this page. But of course, we're interested in Land Rovers, so let's have a little skim through them. First up, a 1970 Series 2A 88-inch with a soft top. That's quite smart, isn't it?
You know, that's one of my lights on the outside, mesh grille.
Do you think? Yeah. It's one of the. It's got galvanised Richards chassis on it. Lots of new parts. 2.25 petrol. Lots and lots of history. 53,000 miles. Lots of MOT history. Spare keys. That's not bad going, is it? That has got an estimate of 6,000 to 7,000. What do you make of that?
I think that'll do near £10,000.
Do you really?
We've done this before. We were miles out, weren't we, on one of them?
Well, I think it depends how many they've got going through. Right. Okay. This is an interesting one. We'll get to that in a minute.
Let's give our estimations. I think that'll do nearer to 10.
I think it'll do 5.5.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why. I've got a feeling about it. We'll see. We can refer back to this. Next up, 2013 Land Rover Defender 110. That looks ex-utility. It's got checker plate on the bottom.
Yeah, and it's got the locker in the side. Look,
Super winch, husky winch on the front. 8 to 10 estimate on that. Yeah, it is ex-utility. 2.2 Puma. Big winch. Oh, quite high mileage. 150k. Excellent MOT history. And comes with exterior storage lockers and 265/75 mud terrains. What do you think?
Is that including VAT?
It doesn't actually
Doesn't
specify,
say
does it?
About VAT, does it?
That is a good point.
Hang on a minute. Go back to the hardtop. Why has that got? That's got the rear view of the hardtop tree. So it's got vents in the.
That has, hasn't it?
Is that like an
I wonder
earlier?
if that's an add-in. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an add-in. It
think?
hasn't got the earlier vents with the ribbed hardtop, has it?
We used to see quite a few of these environment agency. So this is a utility. We used to see a lot of environment agency Defenders come through the dealership, and they had like sinks on the back doors and stuff. It was really cool. They were right little, be a brilliant basis for a camper.
Yeah.
Which is probably what, if someone buys this privately, I would imagine they will do with it.
8 to 10. I reckon 10 to 11-ish.
Yeah, I was going to say about the same, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's probably
they
about right.
Normally, auctions have a lower guide to attract buyers in, don't they?
True.
They try and manage expectations of the seller.
Yeah.
But equally getting enough of a...
We should get Tom Barnard back on to talk about these. He knows his onions. Right, here's another one. This is a bit of a bone of contention, this one. Because I don't think this thing has got anything to do...
Yeah, no.
This is listed as a 1961 Land Rover Defender Hybrid. I think the only thing that's 1961 about this is the logbook, personally.
Yes, that is definitely I am looking at A90.
There is absolutely no way. I'm willing to be proven wrong. Let's go down to the description. All right, well, they start by saying details to follow, so there's nothing
with
really
a guide
on
of 6,000 to 8,000.
that. I think that is
not
reaching.
in a million years. I wouldn't touch that with a barge pole. The owner of that car might be listening to this podcast.
If you are, you've got a Defender, you've got a 90 on your hands, mate. There is absolutely no way that has ever been a series. Sorry.
Here's some consumer advice.
Oh, I like the riveted on VIN plate. Oh, that changes everything.
That looks genuine.
Someone stamped a piece of aluminium and riveted it to the seat box, so that means it must be a Series 2A and therefore tax and MOT.
I don't think that will sell.
I think it might, but I don't think it will be anywhere near 6,000 to 8,000 quid.
What do you think it's worth? I think it's worth parts. Let's be honest.
Right, to be perfectly candid, whoever buys this, if they've got a conscience, it will go one of two ways. It'll either get broken for bits, or
doesn't say what engine's in it, though, does it?
No, there's very little information about it. But this is definitely
we're probably a bit early to comment. But if that's like a TDI,
there's no engine bay picture. But this has never ever been a series. The body is pure.
It looks too original. That's a 90, doesn't it?
It's got. You can zoom in on the chassis. It's got a 90 chassis. There is no way the fuel. It's a 200 TDI by the looks of it, or an earlier version, because the fuel tank's under the driver's seat. It's got a coil sprung 90 chassis. It's got 90 axles.
So the chances are the original car was written off. Do you think? Then they've got the logbook of an old one. How's that come about?
Back in the 90s, people used to just get, like, Series 3s would turn up as Series 2As just to get the free tax. So it might well be that someone's done exactly that. It might even be that the current owner knows absolutely nothing about Land Rovers, and they don't even realise this is identified as the wrong car.
Well, lots of people refer to Series 1s as Defenders, don't they? The people who are not in the know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch that.
Let me just have a quick look at the badge on the back and see if I can garnish. Oh, if you zoom in on the back panel, you can see where it says Defender 90 on the back, and someone's painted over it. So
anyone that wants to look at this can go on
angliacarauctions.co.uk and click on the Classic auction, which is at the end of the month. I don't think that would be getting a penny of my money. Next up, a couple of very, very nice Series 1s. 1957 hardtop and a 1954 long wheelbase pickup, which is right up my street. It's got a big ladder rack on the back.
Because you need another Land Rover, don't you?
I don't need another Land Rover, but that is very cool.
That is cool.
The only thing I'm unsure about Series 1s is they're even narrower than Series 2s and 3s and Defenders, but that is really, really cool, isn't it? Great patina.
So I think 6 to 7 grand is about right for that.
6 to 7. It's got a later overhead valve diesel engine from a Series 3. Well, that's okay. It's a 107. And it's been tested every year between 2010 and 2020, so it probably doesn't need tons. No V5, though.
Oh, okay.
That's a bit of a problem. But,
What does that mean? Do you know?
It means it's probably been used off-road on an estate or something like that.
You could never get a V5 for that.
You probably could if you went and got it IVA'd. I don't know the ins and outs of it without looking at it.
I was going to say, it's a bit of a grey area yet again.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to be going like someone's done with that Defender 90 and done some logbook swapping, because that's highly illegal. And if you ever got caught for doing it, you'd have the book thrown at you.
But they called it rigging back in the day.
Well, it is ringing. It is ringing. That one's ringing so loud I can hear it from here. 1976 Land Rover Series 3 109 station wagon. That's kind of like my old limestone one, the 6-cylinder that I never finished.
Did you even start it?
Yeah, I did all the chassis welding on it.
I'm being harsh.
It's down in Cornwall now. A nice chap called James owns it.
4,000 to 5,000.
Has that got an overdrive? No. Very nice though. So it's the one with all the seats. It's got lots of seats, 12 seats. Spare wheel in the back. Nice original paint. It's marine blue. It's got all the Galvy bits. It's got the headlining in it. That's rare.
Yeah,
all the trim just falls to bits on these. That's really cool. What size engine's in it? I can't see. The engine bay picture is it's a 2 1/4, so it'll be slow, but what a cool thing. Good family cruiser.
You like slow Land Rovers?
Well, evidently, yeah. It would appear I do. Last but not least, do you know what though? We've not even got onto Range Rovers yet. Another Series 1 pickup, 1955. That's quite cute, isn't it?
6,000 to 7,000. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'd go for that.
Yeah.
Again,
Just goes to show you can get into a Land Rover for not a lot of money.
yeah,
Not
and
hideous amounts.
Series 1s are becoming a lot more reasonable now.
Yeah, they have settled down.
Of course, we appreciate the format of this is us talking about things that we're looking at. But again, head to angliacarauctions.co.uk, have a skim through the lots for yourself and maybe do a little buy.
There may be some more Land Rovers on there by then.
Yes, indeed. There's a couple of weeks to go until the auction, but let's just see.
In fact, we're recording it. This will be out tomorrow.
It will. We're
Wow, we are.
lastminute.com.
Yeah, normally we're a week ahead, aren't we? But,
Only 2 Range Rovers. This is surprising. A 2007 L322 TDV8.
oh, that's nice.
Interesting that it's in a classic auction, but it is nearly 20 years old now, so I suppose that's valid.
3 to 5 with a guy that's brought us that. They've got no idea.
I don't know how many miles it's done. There we go. There's the standard tagline. 3.6 TDV8 L322 6-speed auto, like Clarkson's.
Oh, well, yeah.
Plates,
It's not the right colour, is it?
no, it's blue.
Yeah.
But it's done 153k, loads of service stamps, 840 quid spent recently, including discs and pads, ball joint and battery. Gearbox oil service done, new coolant hoses, blah, blah, blah. Actually, it looks all right, to be fair. Northern Irish reg. But yeah, that's okay. And then perhaps even more surprisingly, a 2013 Range Rover Sport. Not really sure why that's in the classic auction, but there you go. 3-litre TDV SDV6, Santorini Black. Oh, wow, it's only done 9,078 miles. That's pretty cool. Maybe that's why it's in the classic auction.
It's a classic for the future.
Yeah, certainly very, very rare to see one that's only done that under 10,000 miles from new. Autobiography trim.
What's the guide of it?
It says between 13 and 18. So that's quite a difficult one to guess, really.
It is. And it takes 2 people to want the same thing.
It does, Steve.
That's the beauty of an auction.
There you go. So, yeah, Anglia Car Auctions. Get down there. I quite enjoy a trip to Anglia Car Auctions. I might see if I can make it there.
Yeah, have a look at our busy schedule.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Right, on to another listener's question.
Yeah, let's have it.
What have we got then? Let's have a little look. I should go... I've got news, actually, but we'll get onto that in a minute.
Big news.
Tent news.
Tent news.
Tent news. Tom Smith, he says... Hi Martin and Steve, late listener to the podcast, but absolutely loving it. Keep up the good work. It's been keeping me company on the long journeys from Northampton to Glasgow, where I started my new job in April. I've wanted a 110 County since I was a teenager, and naturally life has got in the way when I've come close to owning one. But I feel like since listening to this podcast, I've been heavily influenced to just buy when I'm worried about it later. Well, that's what I would do, to be fair.
Yeah, me too.
So that's exactly what I did. Good lad. I've been keeping an eye on a 110 County project on Facebook Marketplace and noticed the day before we were due to move to Glasgow, the price had dropped dramatically. So I thought I'd take my chance and send a message. The day after moving, I drove to Inverness in the middle of nowhere and was greeted by an enthusiast from Peterborough, of all places, just up the road from us. Up a very rocky drive. Greeted by a red and dark green G-Reg 110 in need of some light assembly. Sounds spurious, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I instantly fell in love and started to think how I could get it back to Glasgow. It has a 19J turbo diesel. Assured all the bits are there, but until the work starts, I won't really know. It's generally solid, apart from a small bit on the rear crossmember and the bottoms of all the doors. They do love to rot out on the doors, don't they? But for the bargain price of 1,500 quid, I couldn't complain.
That's cheap.
What a bargain.
That is a bargain.
When it arrived, the rear pinion on the transfer case was seized, so I had to disconnect the prop shaft to get it off the lorry. There's no brakes, no handbrake, no clutch, and it's on very old tyres. But I've never been happier. I had to let a tyre down flat and chock the wheels so it doesn't roll around. Fair enough. I don't have much mechanical experience, but I was an engineering apprentice, so I've had some experience with welding, turning, milling and fitting.
You'll need all of those skills.
You will, that's true.
And more.
So at least I've got some mechanical sympathy. They're just nuts and bolts, really, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just spanner work.
I'm looking forward to the challenge of bringing it back to life, going to convert the County into a pop-top camper and take it around Scotland for some adventures. Not really a question, but I thought I'd share the start of my ownership story. Good on you, Tom.
Sometimes I think if you see something and you love it, you got the money, just buy it. Because life is too short, isn't it?
It really is, yeah, definitely.
You just got to get these things.
He signs off by saying, looking forward to more issues of the mag. I'm a subscriber. Thank you. more episodes of the podcast and the YouTube channel, and coming to more events. He says, I chickened out of saying hello to Martin at Billing this year, but I was swooning over his Series 3 truck cab, which was my favourite of all the Land Rovers at the show. Oh, Tom. Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Right, but obviously, he's obviously said what his second favourite Land Rover was. Must have been mine.
He hasn't mentioned that, to be honest, mate. No. He says, keep up the good work.
He might have missed it.
He must have done. He must have just missed it off the email. But he says he chickened out from saying hello. I don't know why. We're just like normal Land Rover people.
Well, it's because you have a face.
Well, it just repels people.
Yeah. It's so unapproachable.
Understandable.
Do you know, we had a couple of people come up to us, didn't we, at the York Land Rover Show, podcast listeners, and it's just lovely to, I don't know, meet listeners.
Yeah. No,
readers of the mag, and
I'll tell you,
we are just the same as everybody else.
Yeah,
we just love
no airs and graces here.
Oh no.
Feel free to tap us on the shoulder and say, "Oi, what are you boys up to?" Mark Forster, actually, we met him on Sunday morning, wasn't it? At York, the guy with the 110 that he crashed and is rebuilding.
Big 110.
That's it.
Yeah,
nice chat. Nice chat. He said he actually messaged me yesterday. Morning, buddy. Just wanted to drop a message and say it was really good to meet you yesterday. Here's a little update on the 110, and he sent some pictures over. Yeah, doing a really good job rebuilding that with a roll cage in it. So that'll no doubt grace the pages of Land Rover Monthly magazine very, very soon. But no, it was really nice, wasn't it? It was a good atmosphere at York. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I found it reminded me of the time before I worked in Land Rover events, when you can just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
Rather than have the responsibility of working.
Well, that's why it felt so different, didn't it? Because we weren't running around organising things and talking on the microphone, and, you know. We could just sit there, and we had a good old barbecue, didn't we?
We did have a good barbecue. You didn't poison anyone?
No, not at all. There was no halloumi involved, you'll be pleased to hear. Keep that gross, horrible rubber cheese away from my barbecue. But yes, I was staying in my cot tent at York Land Rover Show because I have got a roof. Right.
What's the story?
We're so used to asking listeners to ask us questions. I want to ask the listeners a question.
Right, okay.
So, I've recently taken delivery of a Vicky Wood Small Willow 140 roof tent. Thank you very much, Chris at Oak Ridge Engineering, for sorting me out with that. Did a good deal. Ex-display, if you like. Really, really pleased to finally get a roof tent, because they are kind of the in thing. People talk about them all the time.
They're cool.
You love yours.
We got so much attention at the campsite last week with our setup.
Yeah.
More so than all the posh motorhomes and caravans. Because they're just interesting.
Yeah. So at the moment, I've got it on my Freelander 2, which is obviously my daily driver. I've got front runner roof rack on the Freelander 2, and I've put the roof tent on the roof rack.
I've only seen the tent today, haven't I?
Yes.
In the car park.
Now, the idea behind putting it on the Freelander 2 was myself, my wife, and the dog, who goes in the boot of the car, we can go for weekends away, which is brilliant. That's the main reason I wanted a roof tent. However, driving the car in the week, it's not ideal. It's quite loud. It whistles really, really loudly. And I've got to play with the air dam on the roof rack, but it is noisy.
Okay.
It's not done wonders for my fuel consumption.
How bad are we talking?
I mean, it's a good probably 3 to 4 mpg, which isn't massive, but it's enough to make a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Height restrictions are another thing.
Yes.
Yes, the Freelander's lower than the Defender, obviously, but you have got to be a lot more conscious of driving underneath things. It's not really the best thing to cart around every single day when you're driving on the road.
I agree.
So, obviously, I'm incredibly lucky to have 2 other Land Rovers. I've got the Series 3, which is a pickup, and I was going to make a simple H-frame and bolt the roof tent on the back, like above where I could keep stuff in the tub. So it's mounted a bit lower down, but still be fully operational, easier to get to the zip and all that stuff.
Okay.
The issue with it being on the Series 3 is myself and my wife could go in it. There's nowhere for the dog.
Yep.
So, finally, the 110. Couple of roof bars. Put it on the 110. More space. Both myself and the wife can go in it, and the dog can go in the back, and all our stuff. Plenty of room for that because it's a van. But 2.5 non-turbo diesel. We've just been to York and back in it.
TDI.
The physics are against you, let's just say.
You don't want any more drag on that motor.
So I'm kind of a bit, not disenchanted with it, but I can't see an obvious solution. I don't know, unless I take it on and off, which is a faff because it's quite heavy. Like, I don't know what to do. I want to be able to go camping at the drop of a hat, but I don't want to drive around with it on my daily driver every day.
You need 2 daily drivers.
You know your 4x4. You've chosen every upgrade, every bolt-on with purpose. So when it comes to tyres, chunkier, wider, more capable for the conditions, you want the perfect fit. Not just any tyre, your tyre. That's why you'll choose 4x4tyres.co.uk, the wheel and tyre specialists, trusted by Land Rover owners and serious off-roaders alike. Whether you're upsizing, overlanding, making your Defender look the part, or your Discovery turn heads, we'll guide you to the right set. With over 800 fitting locations across the UK, from online to on-road, we've got you covered. Browse by vehicle, wheel size or brand. 4x4tyres.co.uk. The right fit, the right place, the right price.
Yeah, I don't know if that is the solution. I don't
But anyway,
know.
we're asking the
So if you've got, the realistic solutions to this are A, change the engine in the 110. Keep that as the camper. Keep it. It's always gonna look standard because that's how I like it. But maybe a bit of racking in the back for bits and pieces. Dog bed in the back. Roof tent on the top on roof bars, not a roof rack, but just on 2 roof bars at the back. Keep that for weekends away. But fit an engine that means it can get up the road at a reasonable speed rather than... Because, I don't mind cruising it to York and back at 55, 60, but when you add a roof tent, it's going to struggle. It's going to struggle.
Oh, that'll cost you 5 miles an hour, I'd say.
So option 2 is change the body style of the Series 3. So make it more usable like the 110. It's got a V8, so it's not struggling for power. Put either a hard top or an extended truck cab on that and then have the roof tent on the back and use that for weekends away.
Yeah.
Option 3, shut up and just use the Freelander 2 and not worry about it.
How bad is this whistling?
I'll take you up the road in it later.
I had whistling in when it was on my 90.
Anything above about 25 mile an hour is pretty loud.
Yes, I remember it. My front runner tent was on my 90 on top of the front runner rack.
Yes.
Makes it a tall vehicle. I have to be honest, I was glad to get it off the 90 and put it on my camping trailer.
Yes.
Because A, you got handling.
Well, this is the other thing, is I expected to notice a decrease in performance. I haven't. What I have noticed is the centre of gravity being that much higher. When you go around corners now, you know you've got a roof tent on.
You see like normal cars go, like Teslas and all sorts of different normal cars going along, don't you, with roof tents? Mostly tent box.
Yes, there's a lot of tent boxes about.
And they seem to sort of sell to bioclasses, the masses then.
Well,
General
they're
motorists.
easily the most well-known brand,
Yeah, they
aren't
are.
they?
And I just think, why? But I do love the elevated position of being on a roof tent. I have to say, I really, really
Well, this is the other...
thoroughly enjoy being in a roof tent.
I haven't actually slept in it yet because I wanted to take the 110 to York. I don't have roof bars for that yet, so I couldn't swap onto the other one. The other thing about if I were to take it on and off the Freelander all the time is I would need quick release mounts because there's hardly any gap between the base of the roof rack and the roof of the Freelander. So you're squashing your hand underneath with a ratchet.
Adding a little bit of extra height as well then.
Yes, you would be, yeah.
But those quick
spaces
release mounts, I've got the early version of those.
the front runner ones.
The front runner ones, yes,
Yeah.
which I was using. They've changed them now to a nylon.
Yeah, they
type.
used to be stainless, didn't they?
Yeah, and they rattle a little bit.
Right.
Not that rattles in a Defender 90 is that big a deal,
No, indeed not.
but I don't know.
It's
Why you
just
got a camping trailer?
I could do, but I don't really want to have one hanging around. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
This sounds like first world problem.
It really is. It
Yeah.
really. I've made a problem.
No, I've got 3 Land Rovers.
Don't get. I'm not complaining, but I'm looking for the best way of the best all-round option. I suppose you could say.
See, I think
I do like your idea of buying another daily, though, because I've been looking at P38s recently. Anyway.
Well, there's one on our classifieds that's taken your fancy.
Oh, don't.
Seriously, right? I have given it a second thought.
You'll be able to look at this.
This might be sold by tomorrow.
I wouldn't be surprised. We only, what's the word? We only
approved
it this morning.
It got listed yesterday, but then we approve it today. We approve every single ad.
Discovery 4 HSE Lux 20.
It's not a Lux.
Is it not?
I added the word Lux by accident.
Oh, you sausage. It's a HSE anyway.
It's an HSE.
In black, 200,000 miles, but it had a new engine at 160, so not reconditioned one, a brand new Land Rover engine at 160k.
Yeah.
Full MOT, full top spec.
Specialist service history.
Yeah, so it's been looked after. 3,950?
3,950.
What a bargain.
The reason why I said Lux, I think it's got Lux wheels.
Yes, it's got later wheels on it. You're right.
That's why I said Lux, and then I read the description, and at no point does it say Lux.
It's got the polished outer black inner face wheels on it. Off a late
That's
one.
why I thought, but it looks a bit more modern.
Yeah, it's a really nice car. For less than £4,000, that's an incredible amount of car.
If that hasn't sold at a weekend,
I will be shocked if it hasn't.
I'll be shocked.
And it's only in Cambridge, so it's local to us.
More local to you.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the bargains that are lurking on the LRM classifieds. So head over have a look.
Definitely, there's been a real mixture of stuff on there recently. From like you say, newer discoveries, lots of series stuff, plenty of Defenders. There's an SVX on there at the moment as well. There's often stuff that comes up on there that you don't see advertised anywhere else.
No, I noticed, right? So I went on Auto Trader. Yes, most people do.
Yeah.
I went on Auto Trader the other day, and then another website called Motors, I think it's called. It's the same stuff.
Right.
Because all these websites scrape ads from different places.
Right.
We don't do that. So ours are...
They're all 100% organic.
100% organic and more than often exclusive to us.
Yeah, it's quite exciting, isn't it?
I had a good look round Richard Canterbury's Discovery 2.
It's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
At the weekend.
Richard Canterbury is the guy who runs the York Land Rover Show.
And his Discovery 2's been on the cover of LRM.
Yeah, it has. And LRO, actually.
And LRO.
Yeah.
But since then, it's had even more stuff done to it.
Yes. It's gorgeous.
That thing is in a different league.
If you needed one Land Rover to do everything, you would not be able to beat that.
And for life.
Yeah. Because it's been yeah.
You know, it sparked an interest in my wife Louise yet again. Because it all calmed down.
She's keen for a D2.
No listeners came forward to offering me Discovery 2s, you know.
No, I suppose not.
No.
I got overtaken, actually, yesterday by a
That wasn't difficult in your old... Oh.
No, I was in the Freeland, actually.
Okay.
I was just behaving. He come past me at about 80 on the A1, a Metropolis, a black one.
What, Discovery 2?
Yeah. Not mint, had a few marks around it, but he was on it. And I thought, God, they really do. They look so good on the road.
I think so.
Yeah. Louise definitely got excited about
She was actually, look at it. She was like looking at it and thinking, what? Yeah, she's asked more than once why we can't have one.
Well,
I don't have a genuine answer why we can't have one. Like I said, I've got no room.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's time, space, money, isn't it? With everything, with any Land Rover editions. Most people have 1 out of 3. I've definitely got... Well, I've got room, I suppose, but I haven't got much time or money.
I think you should keep your 110 as your leisure vehicle, if you will. The one that you go camping with.
Okay.
So I'm answering on behalf of the podcast listeners, right?
I think you might be onto something.
And one that you go... Because it's a bit of a treat to drive a Defender, but sometimes it's not something you want to do every single day.
Yeah.
And just go... Right, we're going to go camping. Because driving my 90 up to Yorkshire the other day, immediately we went a different way. We didn't go up the A1.
Yeah, okay.
We went across the Humber. And we went up through Beverley and we went across the country out towards Bridlington area. And we made a day of the journey.
Yes.
And a Defender allows that.
Yes.
Much, much more than a normal car.
It certainly does with a 2.5 NA because you get a lot more time to take in your surroundings because you're going a lot slower.
You are at one with the environment that you're in because you're just a bit steadier and a bit, I don't know, like the old days.
I agree with you.
So I think that should be your leisure car and then associated things. It's all kitted out ready. You've got more space to carry more stuff.
Yeah.
Then,
It does fit a lot of stuff in there. I was quite impressed.
yeah, that's what you should do. That's my opinion.
I think you're probably right. And
Second to that, you should have a camping trailer
right.
of sorts.
That's what I need to do. Roof bars. So I wouldn't buy another rack for the 110. I'd use roof bars so I can take them on and off. Because that's an early one and it's got the high ridges on the roof, I need to be a bit careful about which ones I buy because some of them only fit the smooth roofs.
Oh, yes.
They don't lift high enough.
Yes.
So I know Britpart do them. I need to check how high they sit because I would hate to order them and then they don't clamp down to the gutter properly. But I think that might be the way forward. Oh, I don't know. It's a nice problem to have, isn't it? I shouldn't moan. Anyway, one more listener's question / comment. You ready?
Fire away.
Stuart Phillips has been in touch. Stuart says, "Hello from the New Forest. My kids told me to look for podcasts when I said that the radio is rubbish these days, and that's how I found you two."
Wow.
How's it going, Stuart? Your podcast is fantastic, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. They even got me a magazine subscription for my birthday, which is also fantastic.
It sounds like good kids.
They do. They sound like top kids, don't they? We're a Land Rover family. My wife has a new Shape 110, which is a great car to drive. My 18-year-old son bought a cheap Discovery Sport, got the timing chain replaced, and has now got a great Land Rover for sensible money.
That was our top tip from a few weeks ago.
Exactly what we said about before is it worth buying a spares or repairs Ingenium and doing the engine? That's exactly what.
Because then you know from the beginning that all the work's been done.
Yeah, that's cool to hear of someone that's actually done it.
Yeah.
He says, mine is a TD5 Defender on an 04 plate and I love it. I'd give you my house keys before my Defender keys. Having kept it as close to original as possible when replacing parts, it's an unspoilt example. Not unlike your green one, to be fair. Everyone thinks I'm mad because even on long runs I drive with no radio as I love the noise of the TD5 engine. With most people installing soundproofing, am I the only person who thinks this? Best wishes, Stu. You must like the sound of a TD5 because you don't have a radio either.
I don't have a radio fitted, so I listen to it. So the sound insulation that I fitted in mine actually enhances the noise of the engine and takes away all the other noises, the drumming and the sloshing underneath the wheel arches.
Got you.
So actually, I really enjoy the TD5 sound.
They do have a very distinctive engine note, don't they?
Under load, when mine's under load, pulling up a big hill, say, with a trailer.
Yeah.
Because our trailer was loaded this time. More loaded than ever before.
With cakes, probably.
More than cakes, yeah, because you see I've eaten them all. And when that's pulling in like third gear, I would say the TD5 is only just under a V8 for me. That's how much I like it.
Fair enough. There must be a lot of people that share your sentiment as well, because you know the aftermarket that's available for them now, and like the parts supply is just huge. TD5, it is a great engine.
Just when you know when you come on to tick over and it's at that.
It calms down and then it almost misses
a
bit and then it settles, doesn't it?
It settles.
Yeah.
I love that.
I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
I think the TD5 is. I mean, what is the best sounding Land Rover?
The best
ever
sounding Land Rover. Wow.
Ever made.
Because we've discussed engines before and I still maintain the 200 is the finest Land Rover
It's not the best sound
ever produced. No, it isn't. But I don't know what is, really.
If I was going to say V8.
Yeah. I'm quite partial to the way the TD5 sounds, I've got to say.
The most economical best sounding Land Rover is a TD5.
Yeah, definitely.
Hands down.
V8's great and I love mine and, it sounds fantastic through the demand exhaust, but yeah, I mean, it's not exactly economical.
I would be interested, like, we gave this idea about, or I asked the question, didn't I, about Discovery Sports and Ingenium engines, buying one with the timing chain already rattling and just going all out.
Yeah.
That's interesting that one person's done it. I'd be interested to know if anyone else has done that.
Yeah, that is a good point. If you've got Discovery Sport or Evoque or a Velar or a Range Rover Sport with a 2-litre Ingenium and you've either bought it with a dead engine or it's been dead and then you've replaced it, what was the experience like? Because I don't know anyone personally who's gone through it, mostly because I tell them not to buy an Ingenium, but
we've been
pretty anti on the Ingenium.
We have, and I think we need to stop.
But I think it's okay if you're aware of their problems before. Like, if my mum said, I really like this Land Rover, I might buy it, and it was a Discovery Sport with a 2-litre, I would have to make sure that she knew 100% that there was a very real chance that it might have issues.
Yeah.
But if you know what you're doing and you've researched it already and you've bought one with a blown up engine, you're in. You know what you're looking at anyway.
Chances are the person getting rid of it will just be glad to see the back of it. Because they're selling it unrepaired because they possibly haven't got the money to
Quite
do
possibly.
it.
Yeah,
So there's probably some bargains out there.
there probably is. Yeah, I don't know. It's something to think about. But
Did you say you got news?
it was roof tent news.
Oh, that news?
Yeah, I thought it was exciting. Glad to hear you did.
The most boring news ever.
Ooh, I have actually got other news as well, but I don't know if I should talk about it yet. It's unconfirmed, but I've kind of reached out to our fellow podcasters at the Underpowered Hour to see if they want to do a collaboration at CT45, the Camel Trophy meet.
Okay.
And I don't want to speak too soon, but it might happen. So you might have a LRM X Underpowered Hour collab at some point.
But I won't be there.
We could come
Oh, yeah. When is it?
September.
Okay. I might be quite free on September.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love Camel Trophy.
Let's talk about Michelin XCLs.
Right. Actually, no, we can't do that because
Why?
someone on Instagram, whose name I will find now, has said, I don't want to hear any more about tyres. Colin D, he says, he replied to one of my Instagram stories saying, oh no, not tyres again. And then he said, thanks. He said the last one we did on tyres was like watching paint dry when we were talking about XCLs. So, Colin, just for you, mate, we're not going to talk about tyres, okay? I hope you're happy now.
Colin's really tired.
He won't want to join my Facebook group, will he? My XCL appreciation
That's what I was
group.
going to refer to.
Well, I spotted some at York and I uploaded a photo of that. It's building momentum. People will be loving the XCLs. Oh, I'm sorry, Colin. Sorry, we'll stop now. Anyway, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. New YouTube video up. You know, we said people said that we didn't struggle enough on our YouTube videos.
I haven't watched it yet.
The struggling video is live. Me trying to retrim a seat in 30-degree heat when the kit doesn't quite match the style of seat. I think it took me 3 days all in to actually finish it.
I know it's a bit of a continuity issue with your video.
My hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a haircut. That's how long it took me to retrim the seat.
At the beginning, like the thumbnail, I was like, hang on a minute. You got like full 80s mullet.
It's not a mullet.
full 80s hair, and then you went like, oh, there's modern Martin at the end.
Again, I'm not saying it took a long time, but it was long enough for me to go to the bar.
I can't talk. I've been building my Land Rover for so long, I've gone grey.
Yeah.
My head, but I had about 3 grey hairs when I started. Now I'm like,
I know. But yeah, I know. I did think that was funny. And also, I tried to wear the same T-shirt and then I didn't. In one shot, I'm wearing a hoodie and then I'm wearing a green T-shirt and the other shots, I'm wearing a black T-shirt. And it was like...
At the end of the day, we're not an episode of EastEnders, are we? Or like or a film where it's a continuity thing.
Professionals, we are not. We're having a go at YouTube. People seem to like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, sign up for the newsletter. We've got new newsletters coming out. New exciting stuff, yeah. Adventure. All you need to know about going on adventure every single month. All the latest new products. Vehicles for sale, so you can get the newest bargains on LRM Marketplace. And of course, every month we talk about what's going in the latest issue of the magazine, give you updates on podcast, YouTube, everything. So be sure to head to the LRM website, landrovermonthly.co.uk, sign up for the newsletter so you don't miss out.
Right, so with all that great stuff,
Yeah.
it must cost something.
No, it's free.
What?
Free, just like this podcast.
Wow.
Don't say we never give you nothing. There you
Completely
go.
free newsletter with all that stuff.
Completely free.
I know. It's
There you go.
brilliant.
As always, please, if you have got any questions, any feedback about the podcast, editorial@lrm.co.uk, fire over a little message. We'll get back to you either on this or I'll email you back. And yeah.
And they can tell you what you're doing, what you should do with your Land Rover,
Yes, that's the big question.
with your roof tent.
What do you think the answer is? Or sell everything and buy a nice Defender to drive every day.
You'll still get whistling though from the roof tent.
Yeah, the roof tent will still have to come on and off, so that isn't really a prop.
The roof, yeah. Anyway,
Right, anyway, before we're running out of time. We need to go and do some work. But yeah, thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye for now.